Hi learners, I just want to show you a quick video of how to do the nut construction. I'm going to go to the given and explain very quickly, so please pay attention to my explanation. It says here, copy the given M38 nut to scale 1:1. That's the instruction. And then they give you the nut. There's the top view of the nut. It has a hole, a threaded hole inside. And how do I know that? There's a double line here, which we're going to look at in a minute or two. And then there's the hexagonal outside that you see there. And then you have the front view of the nut, which shows that side there is one face, that side there is another face, and that slanted side there is face number 3. And then if you view it from this side, you have a slanted face here, which is represent that face there, and that face is represented by this slanted section over there. So the front view and the right view. And then you've got 3 rules here which we're going to look at pertaining to the construction here, which you need to know, and I'm going to write them over on my page just to make sure that you understand. Alright, you will see that the crossing here is referring to the crossing that you see for your start. So you're going to start around that center point which is there. And I would say the most important view that you need to draw and understand is this view, because these 2 views will develop from this front view. Okay, let's start and work our way from the inside circle to our way out and to the lines touching the circumference of the outside circle. So there are 3 circles, 1, 2, 3, and then the straight lines touching the circumference. All right, now the 38, please pay attention. That 38 refers to the inside circle here, always, not the outside, the inside part there. You can however take your circle template, but unfortunately if you look at your circle template, the biggest circle that appears on your circle template is in fact the 36. So you will have to revert to our old friend Mr. Compass. So Mr. Compass now has to draw a 38 diameter, but you need to keep in mind that 38 is the diameter. With Mr. Compass we need to draw or get the radius. So half of 38 is going to be 18. So there goes my ruler. I put my compass sharp point on 0, and 1 short of 20 is 19. And if I take my compass and I anchor it perfectly in the middle there, like that, and I'm going to swing my compass around to form a perfect circle, and I want to keep going and making sure that my circle is actually nice and dark, because I'm not going to go back drawing that circle again. So there I've got my circle nice and dark. Alright, that's my inside circle. So you always start with what M metric value is given next to the M, and that's where you start always, and it refers to the inside circle. So there we go, 19 and 1938 diameter. Then you need to indicate the threaded section here, but you want to know how big that threaded section is. So we're going to go to thread depth, which is 0,1. So 0,1 times the diameter is 38 that we're working with, because that's the size of the nut. And if you go to your calculator and you say 0.1 times 38, you are going to get 3,8. Right, that 3,8 I want to round off to 4. So I'm going to add an additional 4 here and then draw a circle. Right, so I'm going to add 4. There we go. And I'm going to take my compass and put my compass again on the center, and I'm going to open up to the extra 4 that I added, and that circle must be kept faint. So I'm just going to go once around, boom. That's my threaded section there. Alright, then I'm going to continue to my outside circle. For my outside circle, I need this over here, which says diameter times 1,5. Diameter being the 38 that we're referring to, times 1,5. And if you punch that into your calculator, you are going to get 38 times 1.5. You're going to get 57. That 57 refers to the diameter from there to there. What I need is half of that, so divided by 2. So I just want to divide by 2, and I'm writing it down so that you can see what I'm doing. So divide by 2, and I get 28 equals 28, comma 5. I'm going to round this off to 29, so I'm going to work with 29, and I'm going to go back to my ruler, alright, and put my compass point on 0 and open up one short of 30, which is 29. Take that away, anchor my compass point in the center, and then I make sure that I draw a nice dark circle like that. Go over it, make sure it's nice and dark. Perfect. There we go. Now I'm going to draw the tangents, the 6 tangents. But before I'm actually going to draw that, I'm going to start with the first one, which is the one that's running horizontal, and then I'm going to do the one at the top, which is also horizontals. But I'm going to do it faint first. So a faint little line touching like that. Now go to the top, faint line touching, and then there's no measurement, just a line touching. So it's just like scratching or touching, or just basically is running alongside the circumference. And then I'm going to take my set square on my t-square and do a 60 degrees. Look at my t-square and my set square, and I bring that very close to my line, and it's shaving my line like that there, faintly, you see, like that. And I'm going to move it over, and I'm going to shave my line like that. No measurements, like that, perfectly. But you have to keep it nice and level with your t-square along the side and your set square on top, working on top of that t-square. And then I'm going to turn this around for another 60. It must be 60 right this side, and I'm going to shave it like that there, and I'm going to actually move it up slightly and shave it like that there. Right, and now I have my tangents, and I'm going to darken the outside. So I only need to darken that there. Sorry, that's going to be darkened, that there, and then that's going to be darkened from there to there. Okay, go over it nice and dark, and then I'm going to use my set square again and just darken it from that point to that point there, and move it over, darken it from that point to that point to make sure, sorry, it's nice and dark. And I'm going to change my angle, the other side 60, darken there, and there I'm going to darken that part there as well. And there I have my nut, top view of my nut. Right, the difficult part is done. In fact, not. still going to come a little bit later in my front view. So now I'm going to focus on this front view over here, and I just want to shift this up a little like that. Perfect. So I'm going to project this outside point down faintly, and that outside point down, and then this point and that point coincide, so I'm going to bring that down as well. I'm going to bring that down like that as well. So there are the three faces. Now I need to get to the height of this. So I'm first going to draw a line to create my start. So I'm going to do that anywhere from this division line here. So let me do it there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw a line like that there, a faint line. And then I need to get my height down. Okay, to be able to get that height, I have to go to this nut height here, which says 0,8 times diameter, and I know diameter by now is 38. And if you go to your calculator and you say 0,8 times 38 equals, that's going to give me 30.4. So I'm going to round it off and leave it at 30. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure from this line down, 0 on there, and I measure 30. I mark 30, and there I'm going to draw that 30 line there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move my drawing a little bit up so that you can see exactly what I'm doing here at the bottom. So now I've got this being 30. So I've got my one face, and I'm going to dot it for you, and my second face, and my third face. 1, 2, 3. But I need to do some construction here to have that nice and shapy section there. How do I do that? I'm going to start by drawing lines 60 degrees down like that. I'm going to show you exactly. Put your set square on your T-square and move it so that you can draw lines like that. And these are all construction of faint lines, and line like that. I've now created a center point there. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my compass and put it on that sharp, on this crossing here, and I'm going to move this that it touches that line over there. Once I have it, it must touch the line, mustn't go over, must be on the line, and then I'm just going to highlight with an arc that section, and I'm going to go over it continuously because I want it nice and dark.